Hey everybody, Greg Casillo here for FroKnowsPhoto.com, and I'm going to show you a few methods that I use to make my black and whites and make them pop. There are many methods, and a lot of times one method might not work on one photo versus another. There might be one method that works really great on a scenic photo, that kind of thing. But you know, again, I want to show you a few different methods, a few different ideas, and just get your mind thinking when creating some awesome black and whites. Now, here's what this photo started out as. And realistically, if in my normal sort, I probably would have even just deleted this photo. But it had something extra to it. It had the angles, it had the two different tones of rocks. By the way, I created this image when I was out in Las Vegas at the Valley of Fire. That was where I shot this. Anyway, now we are going to create this image. Absolutely amazing, really cool looking, contrasty black and white photo. Very kind of Ansel Adams-esque kind of image. Not that I'm comparing myself to the master or anything. Definitely wouldn't want to do that. But definitely his type of image. So let's start out with the original. Original image, by the way, shot with a D3X. I'm not sure what lens I think I shot this with. Probably my 24-70. If I could look it up if I want to look it up, I certainly could, but I'll skip that for right now. First thing, click the black and white button right here. Basic panel inside the develop. Click black and white. Alright, still pretty boring. Alright, then I'm going to look up here and I'm going to say to myself, well, look at the histogram. And I really preach the use of the histogram a lot. And this is one of those times where I definitely could use it. This shows me that all of my data is over on the right side. It's all in the lights, obviously, by such a light photo. So the first thing I'm usually going to do is darken it and bring it more into the midtones. Alright, probably somewhere in there. Now, I love to use blacks, clarity, and contrast a lot. So I will definitely want to pump up my contrast quite a bit. Now, I get a little bit right in there, and as you see here, my blacks definitely moved. Alright, so now let's push it even farther. And so now my blacks are really starting to come in. And so let's leave it there for right now. Clarity. Clarity is mid-tone contrast. So in other words, all those midtones in the middle, right in here, it's going to give us a lot more contrast in that area. So let's jump that up quite a bit. Alright, now that's just the overall adjustments. If I want to hit individual colors, I come down here to the HSL tab and we'll have black and white. Now, you can use each individual slider if you want, but the easier way to do it is just to be able to click and drag with this little thing. I don't know what it's called, but we could just click here and we drag down to darken and drag up to lighten. Alright, I want to make it completely white, I could. If I want to make it completely black, I could. But again, I'm looking for a mix. Looking for that right spot, and I'm probably going to guess it's right in here. One funny thing is that as I'm editing this photo, it's probably going to look completely different than the original, which is fine. You know, doing it two different ways. Maybe you want to do one today, another one tomorrow. See what you come up with in that other version. Maybe it's going to be completely different and a lot better than the original. You really never know. So try it a couple times. Then I can darken this area here. Now a lot of these, if we remember, a lot of these were all red, so it's all going to darken everything there. But maybe try and click in a couple different areas. If this was a different color, say that this was a flower and this was a you know, maybe a yellow and this was a blue, one color would definitely change more than the other. Now I believe this is green in here. Not orange, still getting orange. Where are my greens at? No, don't really have many greens. But in a regular landscape photo, not in the middle of the desert, you probably have a lot more greens that you can play with to darken up. Now you can absolutely use your tone curve. I love to start off with a strong contrast, which always adds just a little bit. Then you can either drag on here up and down to darken, which is actually really cool, or you can just use your sliders, or once again you can just drag on the photo by using this little guy, and those are going to hit all of the highlights, lights, darks, or shadows. Alright, so tone curve, very important. Now let's see, I had a little bit darker sky on the other one, so we're going to use the graduated filter, and we're going to start out with exposure. Alright, and we're going to drag that. Now the nice thing about this is, there we go. Oh, nope. Nice thing about this is, oops, what did I do? There we go. That it's adjustable, and I like the little halo look that I had in the other one. It's darkening the sky just enough, doesn't need to be a whole lot, but this is cool because I like this little halo-y look for some reason on this image. It just kind of makes it feel like a sunset kind of a scene. And again, I'd probably need to tweak it, placement for for print, that kind of thing. But in the interest of time, I'll keep going. So that's how I darken my sky. And again, that was with exposure and with the graduated filter. Now, you could darken another area if I wanted to go from bottom to top here and just darken this, or add more contrast, saturation, clarity, whatever it is, to pump that area up versus this. But this time, we're just going to use it for the sky. Now, my last trick that I will almost always use, and again, there definitely isn't an exact science to this. It's definitely one of those season to taste kind of things. You know, a little bit of this here, a little bit of this there. Taste it, see how you like it. If it needs a little more salt, you add it, that kind of thing. So, last thing I will play with, or one of the things I almost always play with in a black and white, is white balance. Nobody thinks of this. I've never seen anybody else do this besides Jared and I on a black and white photo, and so I will definitely play with white balance. This photo, it doesn't work, but as you see, I'm dragging my white balance around here, and it makes the photo completely different as I'm dragging it around. Okay, that's actually kind of cool right there. Alright, and if I left my white balance there, and I come back here to this guy, and I brought my blues back up, that's a completely different photo there. And again, it just, I bring in and go back here and show you. Okay, again, completely different. You see the tones down in here are really different with that, once we changed that white balance. So I love playing with the white balance and temperature and tint in a black and white photo. It really can make a big difference, change the mood of the entire image. That's probably a good way to put it, is the mood. And it's definitely something that could be overused, but like I said, season to taste. Try it out, see what you like. So don't forget to mix those. Last review, white balance. I use all this stuff: white balance, tone, exposure, all the way through here. Brightness, contrast, clarity. Definitely my tone curve, and then the black and white mix panel to make my black and whites. And before I'm done, I always need to sharpen. I had done another video not that long ago on sharpening. I'm sure that everything that I put in there, even though it was on portraits, can be applied here. But that will definitely make a big difference in that final result, having a really nice sharpened image. And then you have a complete, perfect black and white photo that you will love to print out, love to hang, love to sell, whatever it may be. Greg Casillo, FroKnowsPhoto.com, and this is how to make gorgeous black and whites. See ya.